7 a.m. I should be there. It'll be a fun day. Getting my camera gear all charged up, getting all ready to go. Thank you for everyone who purchased on the store. I mean, we're very new to the YouTube platform, so this, even just being in front of the camera, is very new to me. So if you're new here, we do make our own stuff. Here's some pins that we just got. Those got added to the store. We have some stickers. I believe the only thing that we have left is sweaters. Obviously summertime, I know it's hot, but yeah, they're up there. We are expecting some t-shirts coming in again soon, so we do have a restock. And then I am bringing back another t-shirt that we probably dropped maybe 5 or 6 years ago, possibly longer than that. I don't know the exact timelines, but that one was a really cool shirt. So by popular demand, bringing it back for a limited time. So look out for that. I'll post up announcements. Yeah, see you on the video, or I'll see you guys see you in the next. I guess is that how they say it? Just pulled up to Jeans. Let me get my stuff. It's really hot today, man. It's crazy. Well, they don't know Joe yet, so this is everyone. This is Joe. Say hi, Joe. we don't like being on camera, so I was like.
I had every intention of buying a CRX or an EF hatch, and I was dead set on those two. So I walk in, and my mom and dad both asked if you want me to go with you. I said, I got it. And the sales guy, oddly enough, was new, and he didn't really take advantage of me. And the price on the car was like $12,995 for a 1990 EX sedan. I had VTEC and all this other stuff, and it was fun, but I was like, man, I should have bought a CRX when I could have, or an EF hatch. And that's pretty much where it started. My wife said, after all 5 kids had grown and gone to do whatever for college, I didn't coach sports anymore, so she was like, get a hobby, do cars again. And then all of this spawned because of, she told me to buy a Honda, and so I bought a CRX. That was the first car I bought when I came back.
I like how you're deflecting the blame for this
on my wife,
onto somebody else.
Yeah, this hoarder mentality turned into, it became crazy because you just realize you can't find parts. So if new parts come up, you pay for the red label prices and the red label tax, and then you restore what you can, and then she was like, well, it's better you be in the backyard than going someplace. So we built all of this, and then I have a lot of friends that helped along the way. Juan helped me get the lips. I mean, Kenji and the guys at Grady helped me build the CRX, and it's like just meeting like CRX guys like this, and it's like just talking story. And then next thing you know, you're buying parts, and you just start to find that the EF community, especially the CRX community, is like completely different.
It is, and I feel like everything you're saying is exactly what I think of when I think of any EF or CRX owners I know, is that they're usually older guys.
We were just talking about that.
That it's just like, this is something I wanted back then, or I've always had one, or my dad had one.
Yep.
And I mean, you see that with all the Hondas, but I feel like EF specifically, I see it a lot more.
Brake and then back up and then kind of angle it. Or you can close the table right now. Okay. There you go.
It's funny because like these cars like fit perfectly here.
So I think we're trying to get it like this, right? We're trying to get it to be right. Yeah.
Initially, I had an EG in like the early mid 90s. And then in college, one of my buddies there, he pulled up in a white EF hatch. It was the first time I'd ever seen an EF. And I was like, wow, this thing's pretty cool,
Like the fun part about it, you get to find whatever you want to make the car look at, or whatever part you specifically looking for.
It came before the era of let's just mass produce everything to work on every chassis, and there's no individuality anymore. It just all can work, and it's cheaper on the back end. And
Yep. And we
now
can
let's just make a dedicated
massive
small thing for this
reproduction.
car that like 10 guys will care about. You know?
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
No, I know it's more. I know it's more than that.
But see, they don't come out. They,
Yeah.
you know.
And then my brother-in-law here actually owns this car before,
They are.
Dude,
Yeah, yeah.
I always got Freddie like chewing my, hey man, come out, like come out, like bro, I got stuff to do, man, like, you never come out, you know.
Because like at the end of the day, it's like you still have it.
Yeah,
That's the cool part.
yeah.
You still own it.
Still own it, you still enjoy it, you still drive it.
I think a lot of people, another thing.
I want to say it was the first JCCS, or maybe the second one after COVID. That was when I met him, and since then we've just kind of seen each other in passing, certain meets here and there, and then look forward to seeing the guys at JCCS like every year. So when someone's missing, we're wondering what happened to him. You know, like you're supposed.
Yeah, you can sit next to me. Yeah.
Cool, man. Just like it feels like we're in a CRX.
So have you guys known each other for quite some time?
I think we met like maybe the 2022 when you took first at JCCS. I think that's the first time we met. I think. Yeah. That was 22.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was the second year of JCCS coming back after the COVID. That's how I remember it. Yeah, and ever since then, like I said, I just look forward to seeing these guys. So
Yeah, it's one time a year. I look forward to that one.
I think it was either June or I think June is when I bought it of 2020.
Did you have any Hondas prior to that?
I did. Actually, I don't know if he'll get mad at me, but I used to own the green one from like 03 to 09. So we were always joking, even with Hector, that the 6-year mark was for me was like, if I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep it for a while. If you know, that's a time where I always kind of get, you know, unsure about like, do I want something newer and more comfortable? Am I okay with the headaches? And yeah, this time around, I have no intention of selling it. But when I was younger, no AC, you know, I was commuting in it. At one point, I lived in, we bought a house in Temecula, or Murrieta actually. Oh, let me go back even further. It was Menifee, because it was new development. But I was working in San Marcos. So there's no escaping the heat in either place, right? Yeah. And so, you know, I had to be at work fairly early, but the drive home, you know, it was, I think I had a stage 2 exidy clutch in there at one point. Not the smartest idea, so, you know, that is what kind of got me thinking maybe I should sell this. And so, you know, Jason had joked with me in the past, like, if you ever sell this, let me know, it's his favorite color. And he had a white CRX at the time that was really clean. In fact, it looks a little bit like how I ended up building the silver one, more of a ZC look. And he was like, give me about a week. If I could sell my car, I'm going to buy yours, you know? And before the week ended, his car was sold. It was that nice, right? I think I ended up in Canada with the kid that was going to put a K swap in it. And then he came by the house, and I told him the clutch is slipping. It needs an oil change. I got a clutch. You know, if you want, I'll buy you the oil. But he basically took it, and he just took it to another level, you know. And then during COVID, you know, well, before COVID, somehow, you know, we met through CRXs and then stayed friends. And at one point, we got into Toyota 4-wheel drives. He's got a 3rd-gen 4Runner. I've got a 1st-gen Tacoma. And I just invited him to one of my wife's family reunions, which was a camping trip in Morro Bay. He comes out. He ends up meeting my wife's sister, my sister-in-law, who was just divorced and wasn't really looking for anything, you know. They end up hitting it off, and now he's my brother-in-law. So my wife and I joke and like, man, you got the car of your dreams and the woman of your dreams. You owe us everything, you know. No, but truly, it was actually us that really got something special, because he's such a really nice guy, you know. So, and anytime I need any type of work, you know, he knows the Toyotas well, at least our generations. He knows the CRX really well. And I kind of started getting back into, I know that torque spec. I know where this goes, that goes, you know. And so when it comes down to working on our cars, if it's something major, I'll schedule it with him, and we'll make a, you know, family gathering out of it. Basically, my wife gets to visit her fam, and we know how long what job will take. So we're like, that's enough. We can squeeze it in. That's not going to happen some other time. So it's just been a blessing to you know, have him as a brother-in-law now. But
so cool.
Yeah, it was really, really good stuff. So
I got it around 2020. It wasn't CRX. I was looking at an NSX right hand.
Yeah.
They happened to sell it, but they had that car, and I always wanted the glass top. So I'm like, oh, I'll just take a risk and buy it. And I still have my first CRX, 88 HF, so that's like I've had it for like 25 years. I had an EF9 hatch back in '94. And did all that back then. And I had a son, so I sold that car. But got back into it, and same thing. Was get offers for it, and just like cancel. It was really clean when I got it. Like after cleaning it, but it was really well kept and stuff. So it's one of those, just keep it. But like you were saying, it's just. We were talking earlier, is like we see all the similar cars, but a lot of us are similar in age too, and like it's cool to know, it's like you get a lot of younger people, but they don't understand that. Like when it came out and when it was new, like I was young, I remember seeing it for the first time. My uncle's friend bought one, brand new, and I was like, wow, that's a cool car, and then I ended up having one. It's cool. But having meeting people and
For sure.
the scene is cool to have.
I think the Honda scene as a whole is just like it's not necessarily like the EF guys don't get enough respect. I think a lot of it goes under the rug because it's just like if you really think about it, it's like you guys paved the way as far as how to build a Honda, right? Period correct. Specific wheel choices. Optional Honda access stuff. The list goes on. Right. I mean, we're talking like 20, 30, 40,000 plus dollars into not even a 105 horsepower car, and people thinking that like $1,200 for a Honda Access pillow and blanket is kind of insane. Right. But I mean, it's like it's the individuality of it that makes it special.
Yeah.
I
There's
don't.
things that we couldn't, attain back then.
right.
And now being older, you have the funds to do it, and it's like it comes available. Obviously, some stuff is marked up, but in the community, there's people that don't mark up stuff, and you get it and you keep it and stuff. But
It would have been nice if the prices stayed the same and our income is now where it's at, right?
Yeah.
So
if we would have known back then to keep these.
yeah. We were just talking about all the deals that we should have probably grabbed, where we were just like, I don't need that right now, maybe later.
Yeah.
And then the later came, and it's like, what? That's 3 times the price?
Yeah.
Could have made some money off of that,
Yeah.
So that's, I think, for me too. Like that was like the tough thing to realize is, I'm getting back into a Honda and I'm loving it. I'm all my, like I said, all my memory on how to fix things and work on things. The quirks about the CRXs are coming back. And then when it's time to look for parts and, not only trying to find them, but when you do find them and seeing the price, it's just like, you're kind of, at a standstill, like, I'm probably not going to come across it again.
Yeah.
Let me just grab it,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it always happens where you grab one that's barely meets the condition you want, and then right after that, one in better shape comes up, and you're like, I gotta buy both, and I'll just sell the other one and keep it as a spare. Right, yeah.
That's why I said earlier,
vicious,
new moldings for your new moldings. You have to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Should I refresh this or just buy that one that's
Yeah.
a lot nicer? Now I have the spare, it's happened so
6
much.
sets of rear mud flaps. Brand new in the pack. Like, I don't think I'll ever go through 6 sets. They're available right now. You have to get up cool. Fronts, that's a whole different story.
Right. Yeah. I know.
That is crazy because it's like, I feel like when I was younger, one of my friends kind of told me that essentially is just like, hey, like if you think it's expensive now, like it's going to be way more expensive later. And I took that to heart for a lot of years, and I was just like, damn, I never went in debt for it, but I'm like, I'm gonna play with the boundary of debt and just get to like $3 at the end of the month every month, And I would do that, and you fail to realize at a certain point in life, like you're gonna have a little bit more available to you. You're not gonna be making minimum wage forever, so it's like, you almost justify it later in life because you're like, I can now do it. And do I like the price? No, because I knew what it went for, but it doesn't hurt as much as it would have back then.
Right.
At least that's the realization I came to.
Yeah.
It helps me sleep at night. It's still the wrong way to think about it, but it helps.
I know.
And we only understand it, not even
Yeah.
spouses or anybody. But
Yep.
it's like, I need these. It's like, wow, you got like 5 of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and when we were talking about earlier how you grew up around certain type of cars, and I grew up around like my dad in his C10s, I felt like older cars in the C10 were what was coming up in price, and that I never thought Hondas would get to this like almost like collector status, right?
I don't think anyone
I
did.
mean, although the ones
Yeah.
that get auctioned with low mileage,
Yeah.
it's I was my dad was always about like watching Barrett Jackson, and we see all these muscle cars come through, and I never thought that these, especially CRXs and EFs, like the prices that they've gotten to is just, to me, I never would have thought that. And I can't recall which friend of mine told me back in the day, he was like, these are going to be our hot rods at one point. And that's kind of what they turned into, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
And
So-
to the level of some people, how they're building a nut and bolt restoration,
Yeah.
re-zinc and everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
The
a
one
hot
in that
rod.
garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, when I first met Gene, that's when he was telling me, oh, it's all stitch welded. And I look in, I'm like, oh my God, you did all this work? I was like, how did you attain this? I was like, how did you get
like
to this
better-
level?
it's better
Better
than
than you.
Honda made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. Yeah.
I feel like though too that gives me comfort. Like I don't know about what you want to do in the future, but for me it's like I always want to get into like low riding or something. So I tell myself, I'm like, if I can do this on a Honda, I could definitely do that.
Yeah.
And it would be okay. And it's like my canvas in a way to learn.
Right.
So that when I get to something else, not to say like I respect them both equally, but it's just like it's a different level.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like if I could do it here, I could do it there easy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have aspirations beyond like Honda, or if it's just like, nope, I just love restoring these and I'm gonna keep doing that
Yeah.
forever.
That's a great question. I've always wanted something smog exempt that I could just throw whatever motor
Yeah.
in and not worry about,
Yeah.
And so it goes back to like I had uncles that built like 510s and old Corollas, the mango Corollas is what they call them, and then my dad with the domestics, and I think I'll probably end up with something like a cruiser of some sort, maybe maybe some. I always think a C10 with like a 67, 72 C10 with some type of more modern engine. Everyone's doing LS swaps, so something maybe different from that. But then I go back to like Japanese hot rods and then throwing like a K in it, because I've always wanted a car with a K, and I just don't want to do that to this. I want to keep this more street legal, Cali, like smogged, and plan to bar it. But I think that's going to be the next step. Is probably something that's smog exempt, where I can just go crazy with the motor. We grew up during like I think the drag racing era, so simple, clean, almost stock looking exterior with like a beefy, strong motor. That's I think going to be something I'm going to have in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up around, my uncle worked on cars and he had Porsches and Bugs, so I had a Bug, and the Bug was, chrome engine. Blew up, I was in high school, blew up the engine. He had a friend that worked at a motor shop, bought a bottom end, dropped the motor on Friday, took it apart Saturday, put it together Sunday, threw it in, went to school Monday. And I would do that probably like 4 times in the year, blowing up the motor, because I would just like
ring it.
never break it in and just drive it hard, and but it was fun. And I can't swap a motor in this over the weekend, but it was just always wrenching on cars and having the eye for having nice things and clean stuff. So it's like it's cool. I mean, it translates to everything. I mean, I collect everything. I mean, shoes since high school, and it's like you have extras, so that translates to having extra
Spare parts.
Yeah.
And I had a bad influence friend, Joe, rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Joe.
He collects a lot of Mugen stuff, and it's like you can't just buy one; you need another one.
Yeah.
So
You probably influenced him to buy my wheels off
Oh,
me.
yeah. He just, he has like every Mugen wheel they made, and from that was just like me collecting string wheels and shift knobs, and and then prices go up, and it's like, all right, if I don't need it, it's money there and stuff, so it's kind of cool. But I didn't do it for that purpose. It was just to have options.
Yeah.
So it's cool that but
Is there anything specifically that you feel like you haven't been able to find for this car that you're still looking for?
Yeah, there's one piece that I know a lot of CRX guys are like always hunting down, and it's the back hatch emblem, the light up neon one.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had that so close. Like I found it, I send the guy the money, and he comes back to say that he sold it to somebody else, and luckily he refunded me. I was like, I scat it. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna.
What year was this?
It was probably it's in 2020.
How much
How much was it at the time?
At the time, it was I think he wanted 2,500. Yeah, so it's up there. It was already up there.
I imagine what it is today, like 6 years later.
Oh yeah, I
Well, if you had to
can.
put a price on that, like what would you, as a CRX enthusiast, what would you put a price on that?
For that piece, I think I would say like probably 4K. Yeah, it's just I know
Would you willingly pay that?
I wouldn't pay that much. I don't think I would pay that much. Like,
No, but here's the thing: you say that,
but I do
you
say that.
and then it comes up for sale,
And then it comes for sale.
and you'll sit on it for a few days. You'll talk yourself into it eventually.
And you have the money,
And
so it's like,
yeah.
Shit, do we know each other? Damn, like how did you know?
I just know.
Nah, yeah, all right.
We live the same
I've
path.
done the
the
same thing.
path. Exactly. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah.
Like real Honda accurate enthusiast guys, the trajectory, like once you get to that level 10 stage, dude,
Yeah.
it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like, you know, it's
Yep.
literally it's
Yep.
the same.
Hey, you have the capability to like censor things.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, because I do this, I'll tell you like a personal example that I do. Like, maybe
So
maybe one day I'll be dumb enough.
You're like,
you know?
I'm waiting for that coupon to hit.
I just don't want nobody to steal my sauce. There's plenty of people richer than me that will hear that and be like, I'll go buy that shit.
Oh
right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to make sure it doesn't leak out or something. No, there's so many options in this car that Japan offered that obviously I wish I could get my hands on all of them, but unfortunately, you can't find them, or just people don't let them go. I have a buddy of mine that I don't know if you guys know the Jose in Pomona, the two brothers, the Jaimes brothers. Yeah. So really good friends with him. Obviously, you guys know he has that real right-hand drive, right? Man, that guy I can say he has everything in that car. He has the pods, he has the storage back seats, the emblem. That guy is no joke, man. Like, he jumped on the right time and he got everything, and it's cool, to see that he has everything on that car, And that was kind of like what I was shooting for this car, but it's just so hard. Like, at the time, like, things just jumped, and it's like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You gotta, like everybody else, you got life, you gotta pay stuff, and you're not rich, I wish you were, I wish I was, but.
But even I feel like even if you were though,
Rich, bro.
yeah,
Bro, you're still rich, bro.
it's one of those things though where it's like if you had like infinite money and you could just buy all those things today, it wouldn't mean as much.
Yeah,
you don't
it
get
wouldn't
the
be
hunt,
fun.
you don't get the
Yeah.
like struggle of like, oh, I've been waiting for years for this to come up. Now
there's
it's
no
just like name your price.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
the struggle is part of the process.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's part of the satisfaction. Actually,
Yep.
it's a huge part of the satisfaction.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking finally.
Yeah.
You know, so-
Exactly. Like the fun part about it, you get get to find whatever you want to make the car look at, or whatever part you specifically looking for.
It came before the era of let's just mass produce everything to work on every chassis and there's no individuality anymore. It just all can work and it's cheaper on the back end. And
Yep. And we
now
can
let's just make a dedicated
massive
small thing for
reproduction.
this car that like 10 guys will care about. you know?
Yeah. There you go.
Fuck yeah, dude.
There you go.
It seems like it's only 10 guys, right? But
No, I know it's more. I know it's more than
it seems
that.
like it's so
But
Yeah.
see, they don't come out. They,
Yeah.
That's what I said, dude. The CRX guys, man. They're like the tucked away guys.
They are.
Dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I always got Freddie like chewing my, hey man, come out. Like, bro, I got stuff to do, man. Like, you never come out.
But it's cool because like at the end of the day, it's like you still have it.
Yeah.
That's the cool part.
Yeah.
Like, you still own it.
Still own it. You still enjoy it. You still drive it.
I think a lot of people, another thing too is that people don't misunderstand is that dude, it costs money to fucking keep this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, just for that shit to sit in your garage, like fuck, bro. It's like even if it's like on jack stands or
Exactly.
has a motor, it's
Yeah.
a fucking paperweight.
Yeah.
Fuck, you got like a 80K, or some shit. You know, it's like fuck.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
It gets like that too, and it's just like, you know, I've told him this before. It's just funny how your perception changes when you're younger. You're just like, fuck it, I don't care. Like if
Yeah.
it gets totaled, whatever. You know, you're not as
Yes.
invested in it. And then you get older and you start thinking about things like, how much will my insurance policy cover? Like, should I go to this place? Is it going to be worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And you start thinking old man problems where it's just like, man, 20 years ago, I'd be looking at me like, you're a fucking loser. Like, why are you thinking like that, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's like, dude, I want to get fucking,
Yeah.
my pride and joy get wrecked by.
No, I don't even, like back then, I feel like my biggest concern was like, I don't want to get state ref. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I get state ref. I don't want to get the shit T-boned. Like,
exactly.
that's more
Yeah.
important to me, you know?
I'll just put that shit back together
Yeah.
and fucking pass it, but getting T-bone, fuck that.
Shit for 10 years, my first try.
Yeah.
Turned into, and it's like this was the goal, is just introduce people and their cars, but to connect people in this little community to be even closer.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good goal for any community. It's like the more you know about a person, the more connected you're going to be, and the more connected you're going to be, the more you're willing to help. And I think the Honda community it's a great community. And I'm not going to lie. And like I said, it's weirder with like younger kids and older guys, but it's like I don't like the people that gatekeep everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you do you. I'm not saying I don't like you because of it, but it's like, dang, I'm like, if I'm restoring something and someone asks me, hey, how did you restore it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And it's like, make your car a little bit better. Make your car incrementally better. It's still better. And so the point of it is, it's like we have such a huge community that seems kind of disjointed at times, that if we got everybody together to be on the same page and help each other, it's like, how much better could that community be? It's already a great community,
Yeah.
but elevated even more. And I think it's possible, but it starts with little grassroots things, you know. And I think that eventually it'll get to like where we can do a yearly meet, and it's like, dude, how many clean Hondas can we get in one spot that are all EF chassis or
Yeah.
all CRXs? And it's like no hate on like Integras or EGs or EKs, you know. And there's time and place for all of that, but I think it's like an EF is it's great and they look amazing when they're all done, but it's not as easy to do as like an EG or an EK or a DC, where you can still get parts at the Honda dealership. It's not like that. You have to barter, trade, steal, kill. I mean, it's like, it's crazy. You're literally trying to find pieces that haven't been available for 20 years, and it's like, you know, you got to figure out how to get it. And it's like, that's how the community works. And it's like, if you make enough friends, you're allowed access kind of to those parts. But why would I just gatekeep that when you can offer it to everybody?
Yeah.
That's kind of the goal.
It makes sense. I feel like too, it's like, to go back to what you said, I've had this conversation with Alan before where it's just like, I think younger kids get scared that it's just like, I want to stand out, I want to be unique. So if I tell you my secrets, like, how can I be unique? But the conversations we've had, it's always like, you can give somebody the sauce, but the recipe's always going to be different.
Exactly.
So what's wrong with that? If they do it better than you just got to tip your cap and say, hey, you taught me something.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, you know?
I'm probably the oldest guy here, and I'm so thankful that I got people that, look, I'm looking at his car right now, and it's like, everything about that build is what I wanted from my car. And it's like, whatever parts I have because of the people I've met, but I mean, it's like, dude, he built this over, of course, I just talking to him for 17 years.
Yeah.
He's been refining this car. And then I see like Davey, and I'm like, dude, that is the perfect street version of a car for a CRX that I could imagine. And it's like, I was talking to Hector, and it's like, there was a guy named Joe, and he just passed away. And it's like, the stories that I heard from them and just dealing with those two and how personable they are, but it's like everybody knows their cars, but nobody knows them.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's amazing to see like all of it come together, you know. And it's like, it's crazy because they're younger, and I think their cars are always better than mine because I know every flaw in my car,
Yeah.
and so I always call it a beater, and then people laugh, and they're all, oh, but it's like, I mean, to me, because I know, oh, this isn't perfect, or this isn't, oh, I should have deleted that, and it's like, but with their cars, all you see is the good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best part of this whole process, is that I love it because I'm still learning. And it's like, whether you're old or young, it's like, I'm blessed, I guess, because I talk a lot, that I meet a lot of people. And because of that, I'm allowed access, I guess, because I'm friendlier or whatever. But why does it have to be that way? You know, again, going back to the purpose of this, is that's why I was hoping something like this would spawn from it.
It just reminds me, I don't know why, I just keep replaying the quote from Goodfellas after I said the made man, where it's just like, Henry was essentially saying, like, when he introduces people, it's like, oh, you're gonna like this guy, he's a good fella, you know, like, it's essentially like that, where it's just like, you have to naturally bring people together, because they're not gonna do it themselves. They're gonna be to themselves and just be quiet and like reserved and like, oh, I don't even know if this guy cares or will like me. It almost takes somebody like you to kind of be like, let me bring everyone together, because you have more in common than you know.
Yes. I mean, the chassis is one thing, but
Yeah.
the stories behind it, we all have similar stories.
Yeah.
So,
That's the important part too, though. And I heard you say that to him earlier, where it's just like, the person is more important than the car.
yeah.
And I agree with that,
Yeah.
because I could look at a nice car, but it's like, if I know the way it was built, or I know the person behind it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you're just going to sell this in a few months, you don't have that attachment,
Yes.
I'm going to disconnect to it.
Yes.
But if I know you're a good person, you're like, I've had this for 20 years, or, you know, it was my dad's car and he told me to just do whatever with it, like just some crazy story behind it, I'm like, I'm going to respect that so much more
Yeah.
than just, I did this, I got the likes, and now I'm out of it.
Yeah. Because the heart and soul you put into your car, it translates.
Yeah.
If you're building a car to resell, and I don't have anything against people that do that. I mean, it allows for other people to buy it and part out whatever. Great, you know. But to me, it's like, you know, it's like I'm listening to the story of Davey, who had his car for 6 years before he's had it for 17 years. And it's like, you know, I can't even think how long Tony's had his car.
22, he said.
Yeah, because when I met him, when I first started, it was him, Freddie, and Jason. And I had just bought the CRX that my wife told me to get back into Hondas with. And I went with her car, Alexis, to a car meet out in Gardena. And then I'm talking to Tony and I'm chewing their ear for like 2 hours. And it's crazy because they're looking at me like, I've never seen this dude before, and he has a gazillion questions, and they just sat there and answered every question if they knew it. And I'm like, I've never forgot that about Tony and Freddie. It was like, it's almost like, you're like, man, you just feel like instantly accepted.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's such a good feeling, I think, to have a community like that where they don't know me from whoever. And yeah, now I have that CRX, but it's like, it is what it is. And it's like, they knew me when I had a beater that was like, you know, 3 different colors.
Yeah.
And it's like, they still took the time to talk and answer every question I had. And then it's like, I meet Davey and Jason, and it's like, dude, they're so humble about their cars. And it's like, this is crazy, because I've been seeing Davey's car for years. I'm like, oh, I mean, it was almost blade silver, my car. And it went down to the day we were at the paint shop. And he's like, dude, you gotta pick a color. And I'm like, and I'm like, you know what, just white. It was just the easier choice. But I'm like, dude, I've always, and even my wife's car, it was like blade silver or Y49 yellow. And she's like, purple. And I'm like, that's not an OEM color. But it's like, I see cars, and it's like, that's, again, what brings us together. But it's the person behind it and the care and the time they take on it that make it so special. I mean, I've had my car for now, I guess now for 10, 11 years. And it's like, I didn't realize how long I've had it, because you're building it along the way and it just keeps snowballing.
Yeah.
And then it went from a rattle can job in the garage to doing a building at Gretty. I mean, how awesome is that? Then it's like, oh, I get to drive it, you know, and it's like, oh man, that's crazy. And you just realize, dude, the car is still the same car that these guys were talking to me about, and nothing's changed. And then other people are just, oh, I know you because you're CRX. And you're like, it's a car.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I get what you're saying with the whole Goodfellas thing, but man, it's like, I think everybody that has an EF has a story. And it's like, hey, he's a good fella because he has an EF. I think that's my kind of thought process in this whole thing.
Yeah. If you're friends with Rob, the crook,
Name sounds familiar.
Had that white 49 CRX on, I think, fins or
it was on Super Fins, I think.
Yeah. Super fins back then.
But he has like a DA now, I think, or he had a DA the last time I saw him. He used to own Crooks and Castles. The clothing brand.
Yes.
So I told him earlier, I'm like, you know, I find people like that extraordinarily interesting because I know what else is in your garage.
Yes.
But every few years I see you come back and
Cycle
say,
back.
I have a CRX, I have a DA Integra,
Yes.
I'm doing this again. And it's just always so interesting to me to see that, because it's just what sucks you back in knowing you can have anything else,
Yes.
but you're like, I want the CRX.
So
Just come after me. Don't
No, don't worry about it, man. Cool. You mind if I start it? Or? Okay, all right. I'm gonna try and push
Warm
some
it up.
Freon in there because it's got a little leak and I haven't had time to look for the leak.
Did you drove all the way up here like that yesterday too?
No, I drove at night.
Oh, drove
Yeah. So
But you have to enjoy the Freon leak, right? It gives you like flashbacks to 20 years ago and that feeling.
I didn't even have AC back then, so you know. So we're just gonna try and load it up for at least a drive home. So yeah, this car is more of like a street car that I can track every once in a while. Kind of the opposite of my brother-in-law's, where more of a track that he can street drive. So this has enough. Yeah, this cargo cover, I actually got lucky when I bought this car. Another friend of ours was like, I have one that's been stored for 10 years and it's still whole, because you'll see most of them that are like, you know, coming off. And the one that was in here was very like faded and stuff, but yeah. I was like, you got anything else in there? He's like, no, I sold everything else. I was like, well, I'm glad you kept this, you know, thanks. But yeah, we'll see if this does its thing.
How long did it take you to find the wheels?
The wheels? So funny story, a friend of mine that used to own a CRX had it on his, and so for the longest time I was looking for it, came up on a raffle from a guy in Portland. And just around my birthday, JCCS, because my birthday is on October 10. And so I asked my family and a close friend of mine and my friends, instead of giving me anything, can you just enter this raffle? My close friend in San Diego won. Just let me have the wheels. I was like, dude, I'll give you back, like, I'll give you like $500 at least, you know? No, just keep it, man. I was like, so yeah, so luckily they were free. So I had to refinish them. They had some chunks of the lip kind of missing. So that got filled in and repowdered. And I've been rocking it since, but I've got another set of wheels that I plan to throw on and kind of give them a rest. I've been rocking them for 2-3 years now, so just a little change. But yeah, that's kind of how I acquired them, man. So,
As long as you never let them go, because you'll never get them back.
Exactly, man.
Come in, keep coming, and cut it. And you should be good to go. Thank you.
Later, brother. Drive safe.
Notice you have the rear fog light?
Yeah. Sick. Later, man. Drive safe. Have a good one.
Drive safe, dude.
Oh, it looks so good. Later, bro.
It's okay, that's our grass.
17 years though, 17 years owning it, that is incredible.
Yeah, 17 years. It's been a while.
What's like, why this chassis specifically though? Because 17
you know-
years is a long time.
Yeah, I think initially I had an EG in like the early mid 90s. And then in college, one of my buddies there, he pulled up in a white EF hatch. It was the first time I'd ever seen an EF. And I was like, wow, this thing's pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
And then so a couple years later, I was searching for CRXs. And hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Alan, nice to meet you, man.
And then, yeah, I found this CRX down in San Diego at one of those tiny little lots, you know, with like a trailer for the, and it was like, you know, $2,500 or something. It was on cut springs. It was nasty, but it got into CRX. That one was an older one. It was a red one, and then that one I had for a year or two, and then it got stolen.
Oh no.
But by that point, I was hooked on CRXs. I just loved how they felt. I liked the older cars, you know, and so I got a white one after that. And within about 2 or 3 months, someone tried to steal that one, the same apartment I was living at. And yeah, I had that for about 6 years, 7 years. And then my brother-in-law here actually owned this car before, and he decided to sell it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sell my CRX and get this one. And I had already done a lot of what I've done to this. I already had done to that car. And so when I got this one, it was more like starting from scratch, you know, just starting over. A couple parts I transferred over onto this one, but yeah, just start over. It was kind of a new unique color, you know.
No, I love it.
And then it was kind of a cleaner foundation to start with. Mine had an accident and stuff like that, my old one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just kind of went to town from there.
I can tell, man.
I already had an engine that I was building for the old CRX. It was a fully built single cam. So I think within a year of owning this, I had that engine in. And unfortunately, out of the track, that one blew up.
I see the H-Tech sticker. Out of all the
Yep.
tracks down here in SoCal, what's probably your favorite one?
Chuckwalla.
Chuckwalla?
For sure, yeah. Buttonwillow's second, you know, that's kind of the go-to track for everyone here, but I just love the way CVR flows, and it's so fun out there.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
you've been out there too, yeah?
Pretty decently wide too. It's
Uh-huh.
not as tight as like, you know,
Yeah,
like streets or
Mhm.
or Button or something like that.
Yeah.
I do love Buttonwillow. I
Uh-huh.
will admit, because I do like how it flows really nicely.
it does, yeah.
And it's a little bit faster paced,
Uh-huh.
but you know, it is scary.
Yeah. Have you been on it counterclockwise?
No, so counterclockwise, I'm scared shitless.
Yeah?
So I've only done it clockwise.
Try it, it's so fun.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, it's way fun.
I'll definitely have to try it.
With groups like Speed Ventures, they tend to only do that configuration once a year, if they do it.
Yeah.
Like last year they didn't do it, but
Interesting.
if they have it on the schedule, you should try it. It's super fun.
Yeah, I've seen it definitely looks
Uh-huh.
like a whole different track.
It is,
Like
yeah.
A whole different track, right?
Yeah, there's certain sections where I feel I like that configuration more than 13 CW. Yeah, I've got an engine build that I'm in the process of starting.
Gonna keep it a piece or so?
Yeah, it's the same engine, just rebuilding it. This one's been smoking for probably like 10 years, and it's been getting progressively worse and worse every track day, you know. So
Guys, it still works, right?
Yeah, so it's just time to finally make it happen, you know.
Gotcha. You're gonna do like a full rebuild on it?
Yeah, I picked up a whole bunch of parts on Black Friday last year.
No.
Yeah, it's just new cams, pistons, the whole deal, you know. So that'll be a proper build. Initially, it was like it's internally stocked now. It's just bolt-ons. So I was thinking maybe I'll just keep it simple, you know. It's been doing fine for me all these years. But I was like, man, if I'm gonna open it up, I might as well have some fun with it, you know. And I'm probably never gonna do another engine build, so I'll just make this one fun and go with it.
You're gonna stick to NA?
Yeah,
Both
yeah,
of them?
yeah,
I think that's right.
yeah. Yeah, I think especially with an ITR engine, it's like I think you kind of have to keep NA, you know.
Yeah, indeed. Especially, I mean, it's good because like quite honestly, like I see a lot of This is, I mean, I go to a lot of car meets, and I get to dip into, you know, like 5th gen, 6th gen, 8th gen, all that stuff. But there's nothing like that I noticed with bunch of, you know, the 4th generation Civics. Just in purest form, you know, there's no real need to go like turbo. There's no need to go super, you know.
Right.
It's a small car at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
it's like proportionate. I think that's a good word to say.
Yeah.
Proportionate. It's not like way too much power for the car.
Right.
And, you know, it's just
Yeah.
just spinning the whole time.
Right. Yeah, I think right around 200 to the wheels is perfect. I think.
See, and that's what I think I enjoy the most about a lot of the CRX EF guys. Is that you guys are very just, I would say, accurate. Not only accurate, but more so like just. I don't know. I don't know what the term. For it. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
There's
but
a
it's just
passion
like,
for them.
There's a passion for them, right?
And it's a simplicity.
Yeah, simplicity. Exactly. No numbers chasing. No nothing. It's built with intention and purpose. Right? Very, very intentional.
Yeah.
So that's what I really enjoy about it, and I think a lot of the Honda scene as a whole, really not really overstep, but kind of miss that aspect. You know, they're just so like caught up with, oh, I want the most expensive car, or I
Right.
want the most fastest B series, or oh, I'm K series now,
Right.
things like that. It's just noise.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. Even things like wheels. It's like I'm not out trying to get, you know, $5,000 TEs on this thing. You know, I've got these Koenigs cost me probably $900 total for all of them. You know.
I totally get it.
But they function the way I want to. So
They're decently lightweight.
they are.
And if you break them in a truck, they're easy to replace.
Right. Exactly.
It's the most logical, right? So it's definitely, it's very purposely, intentionally built, you know?
Yep.
So that's really cool. Favorite piece.
I think I love the Osaka fenders that I just put on a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But beyond the aesthetics, I think it's just the feel. Like sitting in that driver's seat, it's just the feel you get in that old interior. But then, like you said, it's got purpose. I think probably that part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love how, like, I think Gene was telling me the 30 millimeters over stock on these fenders.
I forget what the actual numbers are, but they're pretty wide. Yeah.
That's pretty significant.
So I'm running 15 by 9s. Those are 245 45s on there. Yeah. So they're unassuming. The rears are little. They're 205s on 7.5-inch wheels.
Oh yeah, that's massive.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't really notice. I think because the fenders flow so well, it's not obvious that it's that wide. But yeah, when they're off the car, when the tires are turned, they're fucking wide, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty significant. 245 on these.
Yeah. And they've probably been the single most noticeable modification while on track. Just so much more confidence having that much rubber in the front, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure, huh? Man, insane. The car kind of speaks for itself, so.
Yeah. I guess with the wing, I kind of did some custom bits with that. It started out with the PCI wing, and then the uprights, I custom made those just to have it a little taller, a little swept back. The end plates I made. So it's kind of cool having some custom parts like that that are kind of one-off.
It's like, I always see, like, you know, even on like on the EG hatch when they do like the J's wing and then have the attachment that goes onto the glass itself. It always trips me out.
It's crazy that it works. Yeah.
That it works. You know, I figured the downforce maybe would eventually crack the glass.
You would think so.
But no. Yeah. Such an insane car. I'm not a CRX or a Fortune guy. But decently here and there, right? But to see like the same car and then
And so many versions.
So many different versions
Yeah.
and aspects of it. So much, you know.
I guess if you want to check out the wiring too, if you open that door and look under the glove box, you can see all the custom wiring. So I've torn out every single OEM wire from the car is gone.
Oh yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'd run into some wiring issues with 2 owners ago, did a whole bunch of custom stuff. And you know how it is when car dudes mess with wiring, you know. And it's just snowballed, you know. It was, all right, first I need an engine harness, you know, contacted raw wire. And then that harness wasn't adapting to the chassis harness because that had been modified so much. So then it turned into buying a whole chassis harness from Ryan, and yeah, then just every wire came out of the car. It's like, I'm done.
Just start over and make it easier.
Uh-huh. And you're looking up at the roof. That's so it's a fiberglass roof plug. So I threw that in. It fits so tight. It's almost friction fit. Like you almost don't even need to fasten it. And then I did end up fastening it, but theoretically you could not. But I painted it and it looked like shit. So I ended up just putting the vinyl wrap on top just to cover it.
Oh, it looks great. I mean, the car is like I said, it has a purpose to it.
Uh-huh.
Like for me, it's like I don't mind like the small little, like scrapes.
Little imperfections, yeah.
Imperfection. Actually, to me, it's daily, it's normal, right?
It's
daily life.
it's
reality.
yeah.
Reality.
It's a driver's car for
It's a
sure.
driver's car.
Yeah.
And even more so when it's built like a driver's car. And,
Yeah.
Those small little details actually make it look
Uh-huh.
a little better.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, there was one point, probably late 2000s, where I was kind of building it more for magazines and stuff. And, every part powder coated, trailing arms powder coated, the whole deal, and then I had my first track day and I threw all that shit away. It's like, yeah, this is where I'm pointing now.
It's one of those things. It's like even I'm guilty of it too. My friends are like big show car guys. Nothing against show car guys, but I told them like, dude, once I went to the track, it changed my whole trajectory of
Right.
how I appreciate cars, or appreciate my own cars.
For sure.
I'm just like, wow, I actually spent a good amount of money on it. It actually works.
Uh-huh.
Like the stuff actually works.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
It's not just for looks,
Uh-huh.
So it's definitely one of those things. Like, dude, take your first track day, and I guarantee it'll probably change the way you build your car.
Uh-huh.
From ongoing.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not like something like I'd love to do an HTAC event one day, or like do a NASA event or something. Some of the higher end ones. Eventually, I think just seat time in general just is
Yeah,
more
it's always
important
good.
to me, right?
Yeah,
Just to get a feel or know my car.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just like once you have your first track day, it just changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny, like I was telling him earlier, like you talk about things like just having that rear squirter, and it's just like having that and tracking that down when at one point it was an option.
Exactly.
It's like now these are all standard things,
Yeah.
But it was such a fun era for these cars to just be like, you personalize it how you want, whatever
You like-
luxury you want, like you could do it.
The best part of hunting down the part that you're looking for and actually finding it and then having it in your hands, you're like, oh my god, I have it, like I'm gonna slap it on there and like enjoy it, so like
Super underrated feeling.
oh yeah, like I always like when I had a CRX, when I ever saw the glass top the first time I saw it on a CRX, I was like, oh my gosh, like I fell in love with that thing. I was like, I have to have it on my CRX because that's beautiful, like you don't see that. And I freaking made it happen, like now I have the CRX with this roof, like everybody trips out, like left-hand drive, glass top, like what the hell, like what's going on here?
I feel like the first glass top, I don't know if this is the same one, the first one that I remember seeing was at IBOC 2012, the one that was at Irwindale that one year. It was that white one. You remember? And it had the CRX exclusive interior. That was like the first glass top I ever saw. I had no idea that even existed. Until then.
That's one of my friends that I kind of got to know, and he used to roll a lot with. I don't know if you guys heard of EF Heaven, Carlos.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was like good friends with them, and then that's kind of like when I started kind of getting into it, like with them, and then I met my other friend. His name was Jesse. He's up in Jurupa Valley. He has Timores.
There you go.
So he has the Spoon and the Muin CRX that he built for his kids, and he helped me do the glass top. So he's the one that helped me. Like I went, took it to his house. We did it there, and then it just came out beautiful, man. And he was like notorious for like, the clips and all that stuff, like conversions. I say like if you don't go to your garage and just at least stare at it for like 10 minutes or whatever it is, like you look at your car and you're like, damn, that's just nice. Like
You just spend time with it.
exactly right.
Just sit there and look at it.
Yeah.
Like,
Then if you don't do that, then you shouldn't even have the car. Like why you even have it? You know.
The only counter argument I'll give you is that I don't do it as much as I used to, and I think it's now that I have kids and they just leave like door dings and smudges all over it. I'm like, I don't want to fucking look at this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to get angry.
I don't blame you on that. Yeah,
How many are you in the garage?
It was 4 of us. I don't know if you ever remember Jason. He had a cream EF.
Yeah.
He passed away. One of our good friends. Unfortunately, that happened. But we're not like a crew. It's more like a little circle, you know. Like we know each other for a while, and so it's only us. It's only 3 of us, you know. And the EF chassis, we have some other friends that kind of tag along with us once in a while that come out, but they don't really come out that much. But usually for the EF chassis, there's only 3 of us that we kind of stick together and go out, you know, meet and stuff.
Definitely, you guys are definitely one of those small but mighty crews, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very small. It's like you have to be pretty deep to know these dudes, right?
It's exactly what you say, you know. It's hard to let in people, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, you notice that car like crews are like, not to talk crap about or anything, but it kind of doesn't work, you know. You have like people hating and it just got all that mix in, and like you just don't want that drama, you know.
The best part I can think of for EF specifically is, I don't know if they still do this, I'm sure they do, but like I remember 10, 15 years ago, nobody would ever have those gauges, those optional ones for like the altitude and like all that, you know, that 3 gauge set.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where they were going for like $8,000-$10,000, but it was just to say like, I'm never gonna use this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the mountains where I need to know my altitude or I need a compass or, you know. But it was just to say I have this and you don't, and
You
it
don't,
almost
yep.
it makes like a friendly rivalry in a way where it's just like I have it, and then the next guy's like I'm gonna track it
I'm
down.
gonna track it down,
And I
yeah.
don't care what I gotta pay for it, but I'm not gonna let you be the only one with it.
Exactly, exactly. Yep. That's a fun game, yeah. Yep.
Feels good meeting you, man. Take care, dude. I appreciate it, guys.
Drive safe.
Thank you so
Guys,
much.
take care.
Yeah, grab whatever you want.
Reproduction one or is it?
Stock one, yeah.
Stocking.
It was the first one they sent.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody else with it, but
I didn't either.
haven't either.
Yeah, I mean,
I
either.
wanted 3 when I ordered it, but they didn't want to send it to me.
Yeah.
So then I had to contact Uno in Japan, and he's like, I can send you one right now because I do like 30 a month. And then
Nah, I think they're all good. Come in. Keep coming. And cut it. And you should be good to go. Thank you.
Later, brother. Drive safe.
Nice, you have the rear fog light.
Yeah. Sick. Later, man. Drive safe. Have a good one.
Nice, dude.
Oh, looks so good. Later, brother.
it's okay, that's our class.
dude, this is what the community is about.
Yeah.
And I think it's more than just a car that brings you here or out to a meet. It's the people. And it's like, I want to share that with everybody. And that was the purpose of talking to Alan and, hey, I want to do this like monthly or every 2 months.
Never know what condition you're in. I remember we were trailing on, mine come with drums, right? So I got the SI ones. Luckily I found CRX SI ones. Those are mine. Well, one of them was bent and I got the one from you, the drum, right? Yes. And so yeah, one was bent and then I got